I wanted to get on here and kind of do a quick little meet recap. We'll start with prep. Prep went well. I didn't have any injuries. There was no nagging, nothing. This is the first time that's ever happened. I did start to get a little bit of elbow tendonitis literally in the last week. And I took the week of rest before the meet. That was fine. I was good to go. I did my water load over the course of the 7 or 8 days before then. And this is the first time I did a water cut where I didn't have to sweat. However, it worked. I came from like 250 all the way down to 238. Didn't have to sweat at all. I just loaded water, loaded carbs, which I think might have helped me also at the meet. I front-loaded carbs for the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a little bit less on Wednesday, in hopes that I would be able to store some of that for the meet. I have an issue with doing like a good refeed in the past, but I think I kind of nailed it this time. Seemed to have worked. So I did my load, or my water load, and then when I got to Thursday, I just cut everything out. As I was doing my water load, I weighed myself every morning. I was losing more. I was waking up lighter and lighter every day. And then I slowly started to pull carbs and sodium and water, and then I weighed into 238 at the meet. So that was pretty fucking cool. That was lower than I thought I was going to be, especially for not having to sweat or do anything. I got to relax and just have a chill day, not drinking water. I think I had some little bit of food, like some sherbet at the end of the day or whatever when I knew I was under enough. But other than that, just hung out. Low energy day. Tried not to, do fucking anything really. And then after weigh-ins, I had my refeed kind of planned out. I think I went through 2 gallons of water with a fuckload of like 3 liquid IV packets, some electrolytes, salted all my food. I went through a gallon of V8 juice as well. And then I just kind of loaded up on a fuckload of carbs. I think I ate 3 or 4 everything bagels. Went to IHOP for breakfast. Where else did we go? Whole hog. I didn't eat much of whole hog though. But then I just kind of tried to graze as much as I could through like carbs or anything fucking salty. And then I weighed in 238 that morning. I went to bed at like 253. So I did a pretty good job there. I felt good. I didn't sleep very well. I kept waking up in the middle of the night to piss because I was drinking so much water. I think I had to shit at some point too. But it was okay. I mean, I wasn't too worried about it because even with like I have good training days where I sleep like shit the night before, and it's the night before the meet. I'm expecting to not get a great night's of sleep. It's nerves, anxiety, fucking all the fucking good shit. But it was all right. I was okay. Woke up, couldn't eat much for breakfast, meet day. Shit, I don't think I got anything down until maybe like peanut butter and jelly. After a while, I was just drinking water. I think I ate a peanut butter and jelly at like 8:30 or something like that. Drinking water, eating fruit snacks, electrolytes, shit like that. I was pissing like crazy. I think I peed there like 6 times before I even fucking squatted. But other than that, I was able to get enough in me where I felt good for squats. After squats, I ate some food and then ate more after bench and all that, and it worked out pretty well. I was fine that time. But so squats, we're warming up. Right off the bat, dude, I was like, hey, I feel fucking different today, man. I normally don't have as much confidence in like the bottom portion, almost as if I'm concerned I'm gonna risk injury at the bottom of my squat, but I felt crazy confident. My core felt stable. I had a good trunk. My fucking legs, everything. I could push my stomach into my thighs. It was perfect. I was set up for a squat more perfectly than I ever had been in my fucking life. Warm-ups flew. Everything felt super light. Transitioned into the meet. Got to the fucking first attempt, opened 750, 759 point something. However the kilograms work out on that. Went down, came up. This is my second day squatting in wraps in like 4 months. So at least I know enough that I tend to try to balance into them, to lean into them, kind of. I hope that makes sense. And I learned that if I can just keep my balance, I'll come up with it. But getting down is the hardest part. And depending on who you have, you wrap your knees. Like Ken and Buffy wrap my knees most of the time. It's a harder fight to get to depth than it is to stand back up with the fucking thing. And I'm sure a lot of y'all can fucking agree with that with a good wrap. It's a fucking pain in the ass. But 750 went, no problems. I had a plan. I was going to take 750 first attempt. And then my second attempt, I was going to take 804 or 805, however that ended up working out. Because I knew if I fucked it up, I would get another attempt and I'll fucking take it. But I also knew that I was going to squat that fucking 800 pounds that day. So if I did that, then I could jump to my 830, which I had planned out. If I go 830, 440, and 730, that's 2,000 pound total. I'm good to go. So I told my wife probably over a year ago now that one day I'll squat 800 and I'm not exactly sure how I'll react. And then I told her a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, I don't know how I'm going to react when I end up squatting 800 because it's going to be soon. I think it's going to be at this meet. This is the first meet that I ever took the time to sit and visualize. I did a lot of affirmations and shit like that. Like I had a notebook. I wrote down some things about powerlifting and the meet that make me nervous, make me scared and unconfident. And then on another page, I wrote down a fuckload of stuff that I am confident about. And then I spent quite a bit of time visualizing as much as I can squatting 800 pounds. And when I tell you it happened exactly how I visualized it, I'm not exaggerating that shit at all. I think that shit's at least worth giving a fucking try. And I am not an emotional lifter. I'm a very calm, chill, relaxed lifter. I try to lift in as low energy state as possible because I know when I get to the meet, I'll have that energy. So I tried just to lift as heavy, as relaxed as possible. And I don't really slam weight. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have a good fucking time. Don't really yell that much. Again, sometimes I do, but I fucking knew that when I squatted 800 pounds, I was gonna fucking cry. And if it wasn't for Ken being there and pulling me to the side as quickly as he did, and he's like, hey, focus, you still have a whole fucking meet and another squat attempt to worry about, I don't know how long I would have been down that fucking rabbit hole. That squat meant the fucking world to me. It meant more to me than the 830 after it did. It's years, years in the making. And even before I could even contemplate a number like that, hearing people hit numbers like that, I was like, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to get to that level. I still can't. But went on, took my second or third attempt at 830, and I think that was important. If I hit 830 or somewhere abouts, a bench 440 and squat and deadlift at 730, I'd be good. But I was about to be able to set myself up to do that. So loaded 830, went down with it, came up. It felt easier, faster, smoother than the 804 did. I was absolutely stoked. For whatever reason, that shit didn't mean as much to me as that 804 did, but I'm glad I was able to do them both in the same day. I tried to think in 100-pound increments, even though some people don't agree that way. So the next step for me is 9, right? Of course, I got to hit other goals along the way, but that's the number I'm thinking next is 9. And to have 804, kind of just chip 800, and then fucking 830, like I didn't chip 800, I knocked a chunk out of that bitch. So going forward, like I want to try to push my squats more heavy, not more often, but I think I need to try to just get into that, tap into that zone a little bit more, to see really where my top end is with squat. I don't know when I'm going to squat heavy again. I'm not saying I'm doing that anytime soon or anything like that, but I think that's something that I'll benefit from. So from bench, from squat to bench, my plan was I was going to open up at 420, I think it was like 418. I was going to make 20-pound jumps, so then 440, then 460, so I could manage it. So 418 blew up, not a problem. The bar, my hands really gripped into that fucking bar, man. It was, my shit wasn't going nowhere. So I was grateful for that. That was awesome. And then I took 440, and as soon as I took 440, I was like, okay, well, anything I get after this, I get to chip off with my deadlift, so I won't have to pull as much to get 2K. So I took my third attempt at 457, so about 460. Right on fucking track, just like I fucking planned, and came down with it, went up, it was good. So I'm like, fuck, dude, now what do I have to pull? Because now I'm thinking about lowering my opener and deadlift. Because I want my second attempt to be my 2K, so I can take whatever the fuck I want after that. So we started doing the math, and it's somewhere like, I think it ranged from like 712 to like 716 or something like that. So I took 715 or somewhere around there. I opened up a 680. Wasn't a problem. Wasn't an issue at all. And then I took 715, whatever it was, somewhere around there to lock in the 2K fucking total. And like butter, man, it was easy. It was smooth. Like, fucking wild, dude. At that point, I was like, damn, 800-pound squat, 2,000-pound total. I'm done. I had a plan. I came here with a fucking idea. I executed. I got everything that I fucking wanted, man. That was it. So I had one more deadlift attempt, and I'm like, look, man, I got what I wanted. I'm here. I don't give a fuck. Let's do something maybe at the very end of my fucking potential. So I asked Ken. I picked two weights. So I was like, well, there's 749, and then there's 740 or something like that. And you picked 749, and I was like, let's fucking do it. So I did it. Didn't do it. I got it to my knees, my sticking point, and that was it. But it was perfect, man. I went 8 for 9. I was 100% fucking happy. 3 for 3 on squat, 3 for 3 on bench. I haven't done that in like 2 years, man. That's been a while since I went and got a fucking 8 for 9. I think I went 3 meets straight going 4 for 9. So that was also a huge fucking win. But the level of fucking competition there, dude. I talked to a few of the guys a couple times before the meet. Greg, Antonio, Eric, Luke, Bo, couple other fucking people. And so I knew the caliber of fucking people. I knew there was going to be a few 800-pound squats. I knew there was going to be a few 2,000-pound totals. And I figured there was going to be a few 500 dots. Sure as fuck. But I also, for whatever reason, had such a good feeling going into this. And maybe it's because I talked to a lot of the guys and got their idea and their perspective. And everybody seems to be on the same page. Arkansas powerlifting is a great fucking community. I think we're doing a good job in laying the groundwork for a very positive environment for new lifters to come in, and for good lifters to also move to the state and also fucking compete with everybody. There's no animosity, and you could see it was showcased at the meet. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody was feeling good for the most part. Everyone was super nice. I talked to so many fucking people. To be a part of this community is a fucking honor, man. I can't believe I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I'm at now, with everybody. It really is an honor. Fucking Antonio, man. That dude's no joke, man. Not that anybody ever thought he was to begin with, but fuck. He's just starting too. That's a dangerous man. There's no fucking telling where he can go. That dude's gonna bench 600 one day. It's fucking inevitable. Wow, man. That he's a package, right? He's a whole package. I feel like his squat, his deadlift, and his bench are so top notch for a lifter of his caliber. And he's just starting, man. This is like almost like a springboard effect. Wild. Greg, somebody described him as a clutch puller. I forget who it was. And goddamn, dude, there's no better fucking way to describe that guy. I could watch him fucking deadlift 766 pounds all day. That was just something to see, man. To feel the whole crowd. That level of grind is the shit that I love to watch. You don't only see it in fucking seasoned, strong powerlifters. You see it in brand new fucking people. When you see somebody fully commit to a fucking lift and grind through it, that's the shit. I don't care if you've been lifting for fucking 6 months or 60 years, man. That's the shit that still gets me fucking going. It really fucking is. Eric, somebody described him, I forget who it was, or maybe he described himself as like a gym dad. There's certain people, I think, in this fucking world you just want to do good around for whatever reason. It's their energy or whatever that is. When I met Eric, I was like, oh man, dude, I feel like I want to make this dude proud. Yeah, like, I hope that doesn't come off as like fucking weird or cocky or anything like that, but I'm like, this is the environment that I've blessed it to like lift in today. Everybody else so fucking nice, accommodating. That RPS meet, man, you want to talk about a meet that's for the lifter? It's that fucking shit. Between the environment, the people, the atmosphere, I really, really do believe of all the meets that I've done, that one was more for the lifter. I appreciate that. I think Nick and John did a great fucking job putting that meet on. Ozark Iron's a fucking great gym. I've talked to Luke and Eric. Definitely want to try to orchestrate some sort of travel. I'll come down there, over there, and squat with you guys or lift with y'all someday for sure. I like the gym, and I think, you know, that having more people around you to push you is fucking awesome. And I talked to a couple of guys at STS, and we're all fucking down to come over there. So we'll probably do something like that at some point. Same with BMF, man. I would love to go fucking squat at BMF. There's 5 or 6 of y'all that fucking go. That's the environment to fucking training. That would be fucking awesome. So training going forward, I'm not gonna change anything. I'm gonna keep everything the same. I've enjoyed how my prep went. I got to the meet with no aches and pains. The very last week, I started to get elbow tendonitis. Took my week rest. It was good. Other than that, everything else is going to stay the same. I don't know when I'm going to compete again. I know it's going to be before the end of the year, maybe twice. It's not going to be a mid-year meet. Might get one in the fall, and then maybe one in the winter, but we'll see. Definitely going to be one somewhere about November, December, though. I want to try to beat my own fucking dots. Thought about dropping down to 220. I feel like if I take the time now and get down to 220 and then or to like to 230-ish the next month or two, and then train there up until, you know, this winter, make a 10-pound water cut if I can maintain that body weight there. Then I think that's what I want to do. See if I can't beat my total. I'll definitely beat my dots if I can do 2,000 at 220. But maybe I can beat my total. We'll see how my squat looks. As far as goals go, I still need to try to bench 500 before the end of the year. Don't know if that's going to happen, but at least my bench is moving in the right direction. And I can assure you I'll do anything possible to make sure that it does happen if I can do it this year. That's a big thing to me. That's not going to... I don't know if it's going to mean as much as that 800-pound squat, but 500-pound bench is like... In my head, that's like... Okay, you're a fucking bencher. I think, and I'll probably say this up until then, but my bench is my weakest lift. Not saying that it is weak, but It is definitely my weakest lift, but it also contributes the smallest amount to my total. So fuck it, dude. I'll put all my eggs in the squat. 100%. I'll bet on the squat every fucking day. I have a lot more faith in my legs than I do in my upper body. But thank you, everybody, man. Everybody I talked to, spent time with, got to lift with, helped fucking organize the meet. That was, I had this idea of what I wanted it to be going forward. It was everything. It completely fucking delivered. It was the perfect place for me to be in, perfect time, around the perfect people. I can't express my gratitude enough. I really mean that. That fucking meet meant the world to me, and I appreciate everybody that had a hand in making my day the way that it was. Thank you.